Hello and welcome back to the Kailah King Show. Whew. This conversation has been a stretch for me and it's wild, and I think it does come back to my childhood because as a little girl, I'm laughing, but it was actually really painful for me. It's like as a little girl, I used to be always what felt like shut down for having these daydreams and these illogical desires, and so it's triggering for me to come on here and actually share vulnerably with all of you around manifestation, like wildfire manifestation, the things that people can't even believe would come to life. That is what I love to create, and I love shocking people. Like, I genuinely love shocking people. I want to see their jaws drop to the ground because they can't even comprehend that it was going to happen to me. And I had a conversation with one of my friends the other day, and fucking love her. She's known me for I think 20 years. And it's normal for her, for her to hear my dreams and desires. And what I really loved is I found myself through, I guess a process that I found myself being like, I know it sounds crazy, and I know this doesn't make sense, and I was like, why the fuck am I even saying that? Like, my life is not normal. The results that I have created are not logical. The experience that I have had in my whole life is beyond anything that anyone could even comprehend. It doesn't make sense. And the things that I've created are beyond what people would even dream of for themselves. And this is why I love her so much, because as I was like, I know this is going to sound crazy and I know it's not going to make sense, and I shared with her my vision, and she's like, no, I know you're going to create that. Like that, if there's anything that I know, it's that Kailah King always creates what she says she's going to create. And I was like, fuck yeah. Yes, I do. Thank you, Queen. I fucking love you. Yes, I fucking do. But it was interesting is the shame that I held for even having the desire, for having a desire that is greater than my reality, for having a vision that is beyond the logical mind can even comprehend. And it took me back, because my whole life I always ask myself, when have I felt this before? When have I felt this before? I go so deep into the parts of me that not many people are willing to go to, but I love it. I froth it. Like, it lights me up to get to the root of what is holding me back. And it's why I created Sacred Alchemy and Shadow Alchemy in the first place. It's how I coach and hold space for my clients. It's how I get those breakthroughs, is I'm willing to meet the depths of me, and therefore I can hold space for my clients to meet the depths of them. And that's where the greatest transformation is, right? But when it came to this moment, I was like, I fucking love you. Like, thank you. Thank you for always seeing me in me, like all of my magic. And thank you for not trying to change me. And thank you for not trying to stop me from to dream a little less bigger and all of that. And I was just an overwhelming amount of gratitude and love for her. I love her. And yeah, in the same breath, I had this moment where I was like, fuck, why am I making excuses for my unrealistic dreams? Like, it was literally yesterday, I was on the phone to my brother and I was like, oh my God, I've got this. It's like, and we are of the same. We are literally the same. He's like the male version of me. I'm not kidding you. And so when I speak unrealistic daydreams into reality with him, he just meets me there. And the conversation we were having, I was like, this is what I can see. Like, I can literally see these three things happening. And he's like, yeah, sweet. And I was like, oh my God. And then I just got another download coming through about why that's going to work. And it was like worldwide retreats and how I was creating these bases in Perth, in Gold Coast, in Bali, in Egypt. And I was like, it's magic. And I love that he meets me in that. Like, there's no moment in time where I'm like, have to, go a little smaller or shine a little less brighter or dull down my visions and goals. It's just like he meets me in all of me. And I fucking love him for it. But then in both of those experiences, I've had these moments where I'm like, I almost out of natural response wanted to apologize for having such a daydream and having such a illogical goal that hasn't been created before. And it was like, it took me back to my like childhood. Like I said before, I was like, where have I felt this before? Where have I felt this before? Where have I felt this before? And it's like my whole life I have shared these visions and seen the future and been shown what's available and what's possible for everyone and how it can be done differently in a way that gives us even more than what we desired. And in my life, it's felt like I have been shut down in that part of like my gift. Like that's my greatest gift to the world, of seeing things in a different way, to lead people to like this new way of being, in innovation and visionary, like expansion of like what's possible beyond what the logical mind can even comprehend, because the logical mind's based on programs, based on lineage, based on generations, based on wounds, based on traumas, based on patterns, based on cycles that are just keeping you fucking safe. Like that's the only thing your mind is doing. It was like having these moments throughout my lifetime. Like I've always had these wildfire manifestations and dreams and desires that do defy the logical mind. It makes zero sense, and yet it makes all of the sense for me. And it's because I've been programmed so different. And my soul's truth is not of the programs. It's completely the opposite. It's like, if I can vision it, if I can see it in my mind's eye, if I can if the download comes through, then I know it's possible because of the level of self-trust that I have created within myself. And it wasn't always that way. Like that, to experience life where you've had these big visions and these dreams, and even be in relationships sharing those visions and dreams, but then to have those visions and dreams shut down, or like, oh, you're a dreamer, like get your head out of the clouds, like there's no way that's possible. Like to have the gift that is within you be shut down, it starts to create this disbelief in like what you're capable of. It starts to create this disbelief in like, maybe it's all in my head, like maybe it's actually not possible. And I start, like, when I reflect on my life, I actually slipped into this way of being, which was conforming to the matrix of the logical what's possible. And it's logical that you save this money, and it's logical that you buy a house, and it's logical that you pay off that house within 30 years, and it's logical that this is what the next best step is. But when after the years of healing and the deeper inner work and moving through alchemizing my shadow and bringing love to the parts of me that I never thought were lovable, I started to realize that, whoa, the greatest gift that I have is that I see the world differently. I see a vision like of a world that is different to reality. Everybody used to always say like, it's not possible, blah, blah, blah. But now through my own healing journey, I no longer give a fuck what people think or say around what is available for me. And do you know how much work I've had to do on myself to get to that point where I don't care if you don't see my vision. Like, I don't care if you don't see that it's possible for me. And I don't need you to see or understand it because you're in your own reality. Like, if you're in your own reality and you're projecting onto me that it's not possible, that's only a reflection of what you're capable, let me reframe, what you think you're capable of. But when I tune into my soul's truth, when I have completely alchemized the distortion and illusion and I've come home to my soul's truth and I'm tuning into my intuition and my wisdom of what my soul's truth is, it's absolutely fucking possible. And time is a fucking illusion. I don't need to save for a house and then buy a house and then spend 30 years paying off the house. That's the logical way of life. And that bores the absolute life out of me. Like, oh my God, do not, no. But if you want to talk to me about wildfire manifestation magic, the kind of manifestations that defy logical, like it makes zero sense, and yet at the same time, it makes all of the sense because you knew that it was coming, because it was a desire within your heart and it was a vision within your mind's eye. And so On a soul's level, you know that that is available for you. But your mind is the thing that holds you back, or your patterns and traumas and triggers and wounds that are stored within your somatic body is another thing that holds you back. So when people come to like affirmations, when you're trying to speak your manifestation into life by reading out affirmations and trying to activate the affirmations by performing this frequency within you, it's not fucking truth. It's not an energetic alignment of what the manifestation is that you desire, because underneath the surface, unconsciously within your mind or your body, there is something within you that is holding you back from that manifestation, which is stopping you from being an energetic alignment of your manifestation. So whilst manifestation is about your vision of what you desire, your thoughts and your feelings and your actions aligning with your manifestation? Is it aligning with your highest timeline? Is it aligning with your highest version of you? Whilst that is absolute truth, yes, what else is underneath the surface that is unconscious that you might not be aware of, that is not in alignment with your highest version of you or the highest timeline or your manifestation? The perfect example of this is, okay, let me tune in. Okay, let's just say, what if I desire to create magic which defies the logical, completely illogical? Like, what if I was to invest and buy an $8 million house in Currumbin? Like, that is absolutely happening. I can feel it in my whole soul. And then what if I can see it, and because I can see it in my mind's eye, and I can feel the feeling like of the magic. Honestly, it's the feeling of magic that is super activating for me, it is really activating. Just the feeling of it being a magical miracle mystery that nobody could even see coming just fucking really activates me. It's so exciting for me. It's orgasmic, it's pleasurable, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like ecstasy. And so when I'm tuning into that, I know that it's available for me because it's so activating within me. And that's how I can tell if I'm in alignment or out of alignment, is I'm fully activated or I'm zero activated. And because I can feel that activation is here, and then all I need to do is take the aligned action. So what is the aligned action that I can take to create that manifestation into my reality? So I'm on the pathway to receiving that manifestation. Can I then open up my field to receiving that manifestation in any which way that it's possible, that it can come to me, completely opening up my subconscious mind, my mind and my reality and my field to receiving it, without having an expectation on how I receive it or how it's all going to happen, because I'm just setting the intention, I'm receiving it, right? But what if unconsciously there was a part of me that actually didn't feel safe to receive, or to receive that manifestation without guilt? Like, why should I be the one that receives this illogical amount of money to buy this illogical divine home that's overlooking the ocean in Currumbin? The trees meet the seas has been a vision of mine for forever. What about the fear of not being worthy of receiving that? Or what about the fear that I'm selfish for receiving something like that? Or what about the wounds from generations before me where it's like, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy to receive that, that will go to somebody else? What if that is unconsciously being held in the shadow within my subconscious mind or within my somatic body that I'm not even aware of, and my heart is even hurting as I'm saying this to you? It's like ripping open, because that's a very real thing that I'm moving through right now. Like, this is the deeper alchemy of the shadow that I'm moving through right now, that is not in full alignment of my manifestation. So can you see how I can fully tune into the vision? How I can fucking see the vision, every little detail in my mind's eye? How I can feel the vision and every little detail of the experience within my heart? And yet I also hold the shadow parts of me that doesn't fully believe in full certainty, in full alignment of that manifestation, that I'm worthy of receiving it. Like that should go to somebody else. Can you see how unconsciously I could be pushing my manifestation away because of the shadow, because of the wounds, because of the patterns within my subconscious mind, or my somatic body? So not only to create a logical, delusional, wildfire manifestation magic, you don't just have to align your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions with your manifestation to become the embodiment of having received it already, to then be open to receiving it. You also have to sit with the shadow of what is in the way of receiving it. What part of you doesn't feel safe receiving it? What part of you doesn't fucking feel safe holding that? Does your nervous system have the capacity to hold that manifestation? Would it feel safe for you to receive that manifestation? Can you even receive that manifestation? Or is there a story unconsciously that you're running that it's too good to be true? Is there a feeling of panic that you have when the idea of receiving it? Like, what does that change for your life? If you desire this wildfire success in your business, and it's the one thing that you desire is to be fully booked, or just to have, oh my gosh, an extraordinarily abundant flow of clients and wealth, revenue through your business that is not linked to you hustling. But what if there was an unconscious part of you that is like petrified of the responsibility that you would have to hold that level of growth in your business? But it's yet a manifestation that you desire. Your thoughts, your feelings, your actions can be fully activated and in alignment with it. But unconsciously, there's a pattern that is playing out, a wound that is playing out. Your nervous system is dysregulated at the idea of receiving it, or more so, you can't even receive it because the idea of the responsibility is way too much for your nervous system to handle. And so unconsciously, you're pushing away your manifestation. This is why the biggest problem with manifestation is not actually about just aligning with the thoughts, the feelings, and the action to become the frequency of your manifestation, because unconsciously there is a density, a shadow, a distortion, an illusion, a wound or a trauma or a pattern or a cycle that is not in alignment with the manifestation becoming your reality. What is the fear? Like if you fully tapped into the manifestation coming to life, and then you fully tuned into how your life would change having received that manifestation, what is the thing that would change? And are you scared of that? Is there a fear that comes up for you? Does it not feel safe to hold that? Does your heart start racing? Does your body start getting hot? Do you all of a sudden get a little sweaty, a little panicked? Does anxiety creep in? If so, something is not in alignment with you having received your manifestation. Huge. This is the deeper inner work inside of sacred alchemy. Because you can desire all of the things, and you can even dare yourself to dream bigger than what your logical mind can even comprehend. But if your body, your nervous system cannot hold that without becoming dysregulated, because underneath, unconsciously in your subconscious mind or within your body, you are holding on to this shadow, this density, this wound, this pattern, something that is not in alignment with your manifestation, with your highest timeline, with your highest potential, with the highest version of you. That is what holds your manifestation back from being anchored in your reality, because unconsciously you will be self-sabotaging the one thing that you desire because of a wound, because of a pattern, because of a trauma. And it's probably more than likely not even yours to carry. It's a distortion and an illusion, a programming of the mind, or a trauma or a wound held in the body that is holding you back, that was gifted to you through your generation, your lineage. It was never yours to carry, and yet it's the one thing that's holding you back from receiving everything that you desire. Your patterns, your cycles, your wounds are also creating your reality. So if you feel like you are not good enough, whenever there is an opportunity that comes your way, you will self-sabotage, because unconsciously there is a part of you, a shadow part of you, that doesn't feel safe receiving that opportunity or holding that opportunity, or allowing that opportunity to become part of your reality. And so you're going to stay in the same pattern, the same loop, the same cycle, right where you are now, until you consciously shift, heal, transmute, transcend, alchemize your shadow, your density, your fears, your patterns, your traumas, your wounds, everything that is holding you back from being in alignment with your highest potential and your manifestation. That's like wildly powerful. When you can be with your shadow, when you can be with your desire of your manifestation, and then consciously look into the mirror, the reflection, to see where there's a shadow part of you that is holding you back from creating that manifestation in your reality. That is the one moment in time that you can consciously choose a different experience, where you can consciously choose to alchemize and rise like a phoenix, to transcend, to dissolve any illusion and distortion that is not your truth. And through that, you become the embodiment, the true aligned embodiment of your manifestation, which is your highest timeline. It's your highest potential. It's the highest version of you. That's where the magic and miracles are at. I love this conversation. But if you want to join us inside of Sacred Alchemy, we begin in November, and you will get bonus access to Shadow Alchemy, which is the deep dive into the shadow, the wounds, the patterns, the cycles, the trauma, and then just completely dissolving all of it, so it's no longer hidden within your unconsciousness. It's rising to the consciousness, to be dissolved, to be healed, to be surrendered, to be transmuted, alchemized, so that you can rise to become the full embodiment of absolute alignment with your wildfire manifestation and illogical results in all areas of your life. Oh my gosh, that is the magic! You can join us inside of Sacred Alchemy, and I will drop the link below. I hope to see you inside, my love. And I will see you in the next episode.